How's it going, and welcome to the channel. I wanted to preface this video with a short thank you for stopping by. If you like the content, please give me a try and subscribe. I don't usually do this. Yeah, I know it's a YouTube channel and I don't normally ask, but like, comment. I'm supposed to throw that somewhere in there, and I'm still kind of getting used to it. Anyway, so the Battlefield 5 beta ended a couple of days ago, and I wanted to give some thoughts on this beta before I get into the Blackout beta and see how that's rocking. I'm on Xbox, so unfortunately it doesn't come out until Friday. In this video, I want to do a comparison of Battlefield 5 to its predecessor and its competition, and see how things have changed and see how things have leveled out. So, Battlefield 5. It's essentially Battlefield 1 with a brand new wrapper. By this I mean it plays just like Battlefield 1, except for some small details. And as we know, it's the small details that make up big things. To start off, as they mentioned in the trailers, their customization system is more complex. It works as a quasi-hybrid Call of Duty system in which you place your attachments on your guns, but on these same guns you place your perks. As per usual, you can choose between the 4 basic classes, and with each class there comes a special equipment, whether it be the dynamite in the assault class or the spotting flare on the recon class. One special surprise though is their choice to go in depth with the cosmetic customization. The game allows you to make each gun more your own. And not only are these customizations purchasable with in-game currency, but they are, for the better part, strictly cosmetic. This is with the exception of the scopes and sights, but personally I don't think that's a deal breaker, and I don't think it makes too much of a difference. In regards to graphics, I'd say they're definitely a step up from those of Battlefield 1. And not to favor one title over the other, but they put Black Ops 4's graphics to shame. One dent that I'd say takes away from the whole experience is the new health system they implemented. With it, I guess they were trying to add an extra layer of realism, but it honestly takes away from the fun. This is because when you go into the new revival mode, you can't redeploy immediately. You either need to be revived, and oh my god, we all know how that goes, or you have to burn through this meter that elongates your time to respawn, which just takes away from your time actually playing the game. With that, the only class that's allowed to heal itself is the meta class. That is right. Just like Black Ops 4, they removed the auto heal system and added a stim shot specifically to the meta class. Following all this, the time to kill is far quicker. This adds a far more substantial element of consequence to all your actions. If you're a sniper running around without a point of attack, the degree to which you'll find yourself dying is now raised to a much higher bar. This takes things in a far different direction, because you don't want to find yourself dying with ease and having to wait 15 seconds just to respawn, especially in objective-based games like Conquest or Rush. Following the health system, they also decided to alter their spotting system for what seems to be the same reason, and that's to add a little bit more realism to the game. In real life, an individual can't automatically apprise on the location of the bad guy, but instead they have to give a general location to where the bad guy is. It's up to the friend to spot that enemy. That's just exactly how the new Battlefield spotting system works. You point out a general direction to where the enemy's at, and it's up to your friend to find them. Personally, I don't hate this system, I just like the old one better. So, what's my consensus? Overall, I believe they're attempting to separate themselves out from the competition and the past. Battlefield 5 feels exponentially more tactical than Battlefield 1, and in its attempt at being a tactical shooter, I feel it separates itself from Black Ops 4. Your moves have to be calculated in both games, but the way in which you're attacked was very different for each title. In this game, you can't just run around like a chicken with its head cut off and still prosper, as you could in Black Ops 4. Here, everything is set to a much slower pace, with your actions leading to a much more substantial after effect. As far as a team-based shooter, Battlefield 5 will always win, and that's because the team-based gameplay is an intrinsic component of the Battlefield franchise. Black Ops 4 attempted to add more team synergy with the updated specialist system, but to be honest, that's not how most COD players play the game. The main goal is usually to rack up as much kills as possible and try to get the win. As far as which game I choose, I'd honestly say it depends on what's your cup of tea. I felt like Battlefield 5 was a fun game. I felt like Black Ops 4 was a fun game. But they are very different experiences. Thanks for watching.